Okay, I think we're good. Good on us. Hey, I am good to see you. Alright, let's see. What do I got going for me? There you are. Woo! Look at that health bar. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a mighty fine health bar, if I do say so myself. That's kinda crazy. I thought Moog was on life support. But no, he's hanging with Mikula boy. Mikula boy. Oh boy. That's what I gotta say. Okay. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna be killing him in the first time anyway. We want shots, so let's work on that. Let me do it now. Let me get all the shots now before I'm like, oh no, I wanted the shots with his arm. I already got the close-ups, thankfully, from last time, but you know what I mean. Nah, it doesn't matter. So I went and farmed all the Orcs again. Oh my gosh, I am. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Make sure you keep those silvers down. The greatest failure of our forefathers was allowing some of them to live. Do 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 do. Like, is this a giant's pelvis? I guess they really are close to Caelid, huh? There we go. Finding that exact sweet spot where we're about in the middle, you know? It's not always easy. I think this is good. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? Stands menacingly on red shingles. I'm doing okay, Tyrone. See, this lizard here is very useful. Ah, you had to remind me about that, huh? I thought you finally got rid of your lizardy self. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to now banish you to another dimension and send you on endless crusade. Sorry. It's just what we do to reptiles around here. But yeah, man, literally dug up a a giant's pelvis bone just to put his honey bunch on it. Alright, anything else that I... Alright, I think that's enough. You mean redo the entire Trails franchise? Listen, I cannot wait for the Trails in the Sky remake. I am so excited. I'm curious what they're gonna do with because the game doesn't really have dungeons really. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with some of the maps and exploration and balance and stuff. If they're gonna like rebalance a bunch of things or try to update everything, or if they're gonna try to stay as faithful as possible beyond the additional gameplay. Like, I'm really curious what they're gonna do about complexity and stuff like that. I'm sure someone will find it romantic to bet on a giant, dead giant pelvis. A lot of kinky people out there. There's a kink for everything, you know? Alright, let's do this. Alright. Oh. Uh-oh. I think I pressed the button too many times. They should have Elden Ring types of dungeons. I think it'd be hard with the way Trails is set up. I have to think about that one. We're gonna be here a while. Look at all this audio. All this audio and no animation. Just let me keep getting screenshots. That's all that matters to me. Alright. Let no one say I'm not gonna have, like, literally all the shots of Moog in this cutscene if possible. Be better than stuff like the Reverie Corridor or the old schoolhouse. Yeah, honestly, the thing is, with the way FC is set up, I wouldn't want them to do that type of post-game content. To be honest. I don't know what I would want from them. I think I just want a robust new game plus. Kind of like what some of the later games have. I'd also probably like them to add new quests. Maybe new NPCs. Like I said, that would go with the rebalancing, too, of, like, giving you, like, different supplies and things, right? I feel like all of that sort of, comes together. Alright. Man just casually comes out of a blood pool. Come on. Come on. There we go. Wow, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Well, apparently it's going to get voice acting, too. So, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be, like, Evo voice acting. I think it's going to be closer to, like, Cold Steel voice acting. Which, I guess. I forgot to turn off the fucking subtitles! Why do I forget to turn off the subtitles? Oh, that's gonna annoy me now.
Must abide alone a while. Welcome, honored guest.
Close the game fast. No, it's fine.
To the birthplace of our dynasty.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright. I'm about to do some cropping. Alright. Now, are we through? Are we through the cutscene? Eventually we'll get to the actual fight. That's right, she did do that, so someone up there is into it. Well, might as well go check the progress if we're gonna be stuck in PowerPoint City. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. This is the one that we're on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, we're gonna be here a while. In the meantime, let's go listen to my latest draft on Gaia, see how that sounds.
Gaius took an unconventional...
Oh, I think I had 3 side dungeons each region in the sky would be good. Yeah, if they could make it, they just have to make them interesting, right? As long as they're, like, interesting places and they're gonna fit into the lore and all that stuff, I'm fine with them doing whatever. But, like, I'm just worried with the way, like, Sky is set up and stuff that they're just not gonna be able to fit it in. I also don't know how they're gonna handle, like, time and stuff like that, because it looks like there's gonna be, like, you know, different times and stuff that, like, in the original game, but are they gonna give us, like, dates and things? Because they never really clarified that in Sky. It's just like, oh yeah, it's been a few months. It's like, how exactly was that spread out? Because it felt like it's been, like, a few days and maybe, like, a few weeks of us being at school during a time skip. Oh boy. Oh boy. But okay, yeah. Let's just listen to good old Gaius while we wait for this to finally catch up. There we go.
Gaius took an unconventional path for an Albinoric of his ilk. His missing legs affirmed that he is a first-generation silver creation. At the same time, the old man received the opportunity to learn sorcery at Celia alongside the much younger Radon. This was in all likelihood because the elder had accompanied the young prince as a carrion servant.
Yep.
We already see Rykard bring his Albinoric attendants with him from Korea Manor after joining the Erdtree royal family, so why wouldn't the same hold true for his younger brother?
Oh god, we're still
In
there.
the time before he was a general with his own army, Radon had probably taken an entire retinue to Redmane Castle, consisting mostly of household staff previously familiar to him, Gaius among them. There, the carrion staff would provide the man safety and comfort as he trained in the last pilgrimage site of his idol.
Poor
But in this
Gaius.
era of peacetime, there apparently wasn't all that much for a servant to busy himself with. Old Gaius, a still younger man, therefore had the time to learn new sorcery in the neighboring town. The Albinoric met the same Alabaster Lord who would teach Radon the arts of gravity, making them both sibling disciples. Specifically, the servant was the teacher's first sorcery apprentice, the term Anadeshi, making him the older brother to the prince in this regard. Why was he so curious to learn how to manipulate gravity? Perhaps so that it could give him legs. The sword lance's description claims that Gaius was always riding a boar, but from what point? It would be odd for the carrions to supply the one male with a steed, especially when it wasn't a wolf from the mountaintops. We also never see a boar large enough to be anyone's mount in the wild. Where did Gaius find this anomaly? Caelid, most likely. Recall that the land holds no shortage of native life suffering gigantism. If local dogs and crows can far outsize man, why not pigs? Boars are present in every other grassy area. Their current absence from Caelid can be blamed on the desolation from the scarlet rot, which no undomesticated herbivore has survived. That makes it the perfect source for Gaius' other half. Indeed, taking clear inspiration from his female counterparts, Gaius learned to ride the boar as a replacement for his legs. However, that requires he first capture and tame the wild animal. On his own, the feeble carrion servant would never have the chance. But with the aid of gravity magic, suppressing his boar was feasible. This begs the question of why he wanted a boar specifically. Surely, he could have acquired a horse or wolf for less hassle. But given Gaius' capabilities with a lance and armor, the boar may have been a deliberate choice. The creature with its large tusks is evocative of Radon's helmets. While not exactly lion fangs, Gaius might have wanted to emulate the image of his powerful master, inspired like so many after him to match the red lion's strength and courage.
We're almost there. We almost got we're almost at Moog.
The aging Albinoric needed mobility, taming the boar supplied the means. And thanks to his teacher, Gaius reeled in a lifelong companion. Gaius was an older brother to not just Radon but also Gia. The name Gaia is an obvious parallel to Gaius, and thereby implicitly his female counterpart.
I like how
But we don't meet any obvious women, Albinoric or otherwise.
I like how it goes from Gaia to Gia.
Who is this
depending on
mysterious
whether
character?
it's an E or an
Gaius
I.
is the name of famous Romans like Julius Caesar, appropriate for someone connected to Radon. The armor of both him and his personal guard incorporate Roman elements. Meanwhile, Gaia means the earth in reference to a Greek goddess embodying the land. In that case, perhaps this Gia is closer to nature. This brings his formerly wild boar to mind. As his legs, the mod must have been present during his training and no doubt cooperates in arts which send them both flying, body producing the same purple electricity. Female boars also do have tusks, though typically smaller compared to the males. We can thus conclude that Gia was the name Gaius gave to his other half, both mastering gravity together from that point onward. His learning was her learning. On that note, Gaius was presumably responsible for introducing Radon to his teacher. The Albinoric servant was undoubtedly aware of the prince's close relationship with his own mount, Leonard, and thereby his troubles with continuing to ride the horse as he kept growing. the
there he
Alabaster Lord could
comes.
help Gaius with his
He's
beloved
coming.
steed, why not the same
Oh
for his master?
lord, he coming.
In fact, this was probably the Albanorec's plan from the start.
I
With
think I
nothing
like
else
that
to
one
offer, the meager
best.
servant had only his connections to the prince to convince the Lord to teach him first a quid pro quo for a quid pro quo. Once he attained Gia, old Gaius had obtained both his legs and proof of gravity's potential to his master. Radon leapt at this opportunity to stay with Leonard, leading him to become Gaius' younger brother as they both studied under the Alabaster Lord. Along the way, Radon also educated Gaius on how to become
There
strong,
we go.
whether formally or merely through example. Without a doubt, both got up close and personal with each other. Although not necessarily a friendly competition born of rivalry as the localization claims, the two did devote themselves to study, each mastering arts like blades of stone or spinning gravity thrust alongside one another. In other words, such diligent studies were a collaborative effort, with the possibility of using each other for live target practice. But from casual bouts or separate training, the aging Albanoric did build up his body. Of the heavy thrusting swords, Gaius' weapon requires the most strength and least dexterity of them all. The only reason that it is a sword lance is because of Gia, solely mounted combat all but demanding he charge with some sort of javelin. Otherwise, he matches Radon following his Star Scourge legend, allowing gravity to supplement for lack of finesse. Put simply, the sibling disciples supported each other in all respects. Kind Radon wasn't going to stop his honorary older brother from holding his own with a blade when he and the boar were hurling themselves at targets.
Oh gosh.
This made Gaius and Gia an impressive team and a valued part of the later general's army. Both warrior and steed wear black iron armor with red cloth like red Mane Knights, the boar's caparison in particular featuring the same lion and tree designs as Radon's cloak. Already that demonstrates their place in the prince's inner
Howdy,
circle, which is
Xavier.
only furthered by the Albanoric's armor being made to resemble a fallen seed, specifically, a pine cone beginning to sprout. Even if he wasn't born by the grace of the Erdtree, the Star Scourge still considered his senior an estranged son of gold, an offshoot setting new roots under its umbrella. This makes the gravity crest emblazoned on Gia's head armor take on a new meaning for Radon. Gaius was that seed which allowed the Star Scourge to flourish, and he would always be grateful. Yet
Do you
despite
get
commissioning such unique
notification?
armor to
That's
honor his
fine,
classmate,
Xavier.
the army man doesn't appear to have bestowed the Silver Warrior with actual knighthood. Being an Albanoric, Gaius had no proper place in Lingdal or Curia under the Golden Order.
Alright.
That is presumably why it was not him but Olga who first joined the Red Mane Knights. Neither was he afforded with the respect of a knight. When the armor was commissioned, the maker included leggings as a means to ridicule the legless silver
I
swan,
don't know if
especially
I like
shameless
that
given
one.
that the smith simultaneously crafted an armor brace to help keep him secure on Gia's back to compensate.
I think this works
Even if never
best.
openly hostile, the boar rider felt malice from Radon's own men for his silver blood, likely in part because he was receiving so much attention. Gaius was always there as Radon's faithful servant, but the warrior wouldn't be recognized as more despite the new general's assured
As
inclination.
Radon.
They may be brothers in arms and in sorcery, but
Radon.
not even the prince could so blatantly disregard a core pillar of Erdtree religion. Old Gaius was forever going to be impurity in the eyes of others. Perhaps that is why the warrior ended up putting his talents to use in the realm of shadow. Exploring the Hidden Land, we can come across not just Gaius but a number of Radon's warriors. The base red bear denning in the northern
Poor
Nameless Mausoleum is
Gaius.
a former red mane soldier, as evidenced by the model lion fangs on his helm's face guard. There is also one of Radon's royal guard knights camping out in the northern corner of Gravesite Plains. It is clear that at least a small number of the general's forces had entered the realm long before us. The reason is easy enough to surmise. As one of the highest-ranking military officers, Radon might have been made privy of the secret war ongoing in another dimension. If so, then this alone would have piqued the Star Scourge's curiosity. A lost land he never knew existed, hidden by his stepmother along with part of Godfrey's history? It was enough to send an inspection team to survey the conflict, provide the army any needed support, and report back on their discoveries about the place in general. And who to be the messenger but trusted Gaius? He proved himself as a go-between and could finally test his mettle. In all likelihood, that is what brought Gaius to have an audience with Mesmer, where he told the commander of the crusade all about not just this inspection but all the goings-on outside. It is understandable why the secluded demigod was so invested in an old man talking his ear off. He had a younger
Ooh.
brother from the House of Caria? After hearing that, he must know more.
Of Korea!
Perhaps the first time since starting the crusade, Mesmer was learning about what had transpired in the lands between in his absence.
Okay, this
Gaius
is
was
getting
just as happy
funny.
to talk about their mutual little brother, and since the Albanoric was similarly considered cursed for being born, the two ended up bonding over much deeper matters. Through these meetings, Gaius found a dear friend in Mesmer. The Impaler was so touched by Gaius' talks that he made him a commander. In this land, his word was law, and there was no glory for any of them. Isolated from history, Mesmer would give the poor Albanoric the chance to
land
prove
of
himself as his
Curry!
mother had provided the demigod before then. Of course, the cursed prince still needed to play politics. When we enter Gaius' boss room, we find it filled with the arms and armor of banished knights, exile soldiers, arena duelists,
We're almost
and more
there.
Mesmer's sign poles. A commander requires an army, and the
You know what? I'm
circumstances
actually
suggest that this
thankful
was the
for
sorcerer Lance's army.
the
Since his
subtitles
regular
now.
forces were no keener to follow the orders
They
of
make
an
it so I don't
Albanoric,
have
Mesmer
to-
placed
I don't
Radon's
take
name
as
in
many
every button in charge
screenshots
of the fellow
for the rest of
misfits
this
drafted into
cutscene.
service, creating a new unit of slave troops to command. These Janissaries might have been regarded as a lower caste by the main army, but Gaius was still supplied the opportunity to showcase his skills at the lead of a whole battalion, just like his former master. He definitely has some battlefield experience since he is specifically referenced as a veteran commander like Neil and O'Neill. By all indications, he was happy to receive even this much acknowledgement for all his efforts. In fact, Radon might have always intended his servant to retire as this warrior free to seek fame and anonymity. Behind Shadowkeep, just past Gaius' boss room, lies the Albanoric's shack, a lone archer circling in front of the bird
What
building on
picture
Wolfpack.
have you got of
Add
him?
in
What
the
you're
Shark
seeing
Talisman
right now,
depicting one such
Xavier.
female Albanoric left in the
We're
ruins.
still in the
It is easy to see
cutscene.
that the woman joined Gaius in his mission to the realm of shadow and continued to live humbly
We're
under
still
Mesmer's
waiting
patronage.
for the
Was she the
cutscene to
specific
catch
inspiration
up.
for getting a mount? Was
The
becoming strong
screens
like Radon
are,
all an attempt to woo her, being unrivaled in dexterity? Whatever their relationship, it is obvious that old Gaius and his beautiful female companion
my
were
God,
happy
he
to
touched
cohabitate behind
Piccola.
the Impaler's castle. It may have been small, but the servant finally had an idyllic life, coming home to a smile after a grueling day on the training ground or the battlefield. This was all he could have asked for, and Radon seemed to allow it. This was the kind younger brother's reward.
Honestly, not the
Indeed,
worst.
Radon appears to have not been too concerned with seeing the whole inspection team again. The one Royal Guard knight stayed until perishing out in the field, the savage lion's claw derived from the camper's ashes confirming the deceased's identity. Red Bear similarly forgot his name, lost to the madness of bear communion. As a red lion, the surveyor evidently decided to measure himself against an actual wild animal, specifically the red bears. And after killing his first in a brutal life or death battle, the bloodied warrior became so enthralled with their naked power that he wants to become a bear. To that end, he has stripped down to simple iron riveted armor to cover himself in bear skin. Even his new helmet, bearing the last remnants of his red mane past, has since been replaced with a pelt. Such devotion has rewarded the man a red bear's roar, but at the cost
Oh,
of
you
becoming
see
a
that I
flawless berserker.
confirmed the younger
Others in the
Radon
inspection
swords
team may
don't have
returned
the
with a report, but
anti-gravity
clearly,
effect.
they were all free to linger at their leisure.
I saw
The
a
general was
video
probably
you
satisfied
mentioned. I
Gaius
wasn't
found
sure if you
happiness in
actually
shadow.
confirmed it or not.
Still, there is always trouble in paradise. With tensions rising throughout the Crusaders' ranks after the Elden Ring was shattered, unrest probably also began visiting the Albanoric's unit. The criminals and pagans were sure to notice weakness in their Erdtree overlord's morale and begin to talk. Soon enough, they had likely all united in a desire to overthrow Mesmer during this golden opportunity. Naturally,
go.
Commander Gaius stood against them in this, valuing his friendship over any sympathy for those misfits' plight. The mob's response? Apparently to burn down his home, though his darling lady friend escaped unharmed. As we can see, Gaius did not take kindly to the insubordination and snuffed out this insurrection
Why
before
you
it
gotta
could
be
fully flare
like
up,
that?
at which point we arrive and force him to contend with an
Why?
intruder.
Why you gotta
That
be
perfect
like
life was
that?
short-lived. But for Albinoric, cursed for being born, Gaius had made the most of it.
Oh. Ah. What the hell? There we go. It's like I didn't want to full screen you. Like, hello? You gotta let me... Oh my god, 1 second, chat. There we go. Okay. Like, I'm trying to adjust the size of this thing and it's not cooperating. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're almost at the point where he turns around. We're so close. I put pictures in the Elden Ring chat showing that even though the base stats of the weapons have different or less than 10 difference in damage against a gravity enemy was much greater. Oh, okay, I see. I did see those screenshots and stuff. So that's what that was about. Okay. So basically, we could say that only Radahn's, you know, corrupted Radahn's wider broadswords actually have this anti-gravity effect. But that his younger self swords don't, is what I'm getting. Yeah, okay. But why specifically anti-gravity, though, for his weaponry like that, right? Because he put the gravity crest on both of them, right? And we're supposed to now believe that the young Radahn's thinner swords were the ones he used during the Star Scourge stuff. So I guess my question would be, with those gravity crests on the older sword, was it just that they were forged, I guess, more steeped in gravity power? I don't know. Do we have this association where where gravity type enemies are weak to gravity? All right. Yeah, you, we delete. You, we don't want you. We're so close. I thought his older sword was used for the Star Scourge. What do you mean by older? Let's say thinner and wider, right? Young Radahn uses thinner swords, at least relatively speaking, the way they appear. And older Radahn uses wider swords. The thinner swords are the ones he actually... The thinner swords are the ones he apparently actually used for his Star Scourge legend. Because the way it's mentioned, they talk about it in all the descriptions and stuff. And the wider swords, apparently, much like his armor, only appeared later, after he became a general. Because the term they use for the younger swords are like, literally, these are the swords he used just before his Star Scourge legend and things like that. And they have the gravity crest emblazoned on them, which we know he put the gravity crest on them literally right before, you know, going up and becoming the Star Scourge. So those are apparently the swords he used. And then he created new swords that also have that also would have the gravity crest on them later on. Along with, you know, like getting his like new armor as a general and crap like that. Which, you know, I guess it must have been because he was getting so big. That's the only thing I can imagine, because there's such a disparity in size between, like, young Radahn, quote-unquote, and Star Scourge Radahn. You know? But his wider swords have a better representation of the gravity crests. You can make that case, Xavier, but again, it doesn't change the fact that the gravity crest is on the other one as well. And again, the description literally says, like, right before. Again, the Japanese specifically is, like, literally, like, just before, you know, Star Scourge legend. Like, this was, like, immediately before, like, up until, literally, that legend, he was, using those swords. And they've got the crest on them, which he emblazoned for the express purpose of challenging the stars. I agree with you. It's very much one of those things where it's like, listen, we'll never be able to confirm it for sure, but it definitely reads to me like a retcon. They really did need to put the crest on those swords, but I guess then they wouldn't have a justification for him using all his gravity arts during that boss fight, you know? Alright, I think we're done! Well, that kind of sucks, but, you know, maybe I can edit that. Alright, finally! Finally, we could just have the fight! I'm gonna put the Gaius thing again on while we get screenshots of Mohg just standing here menacingly. I didn't notice anything out of place on my first listen, but I was also kind of distracted by you guys, so... Alright.
Gaius took an unconventional path for an Albinauric of his ilk. His missing legs affirm that he is a first-generation silver creation. At the same time, the old man received the opportunity to learn sorcery at Sellia alongside the much younger Radon. This was in all likelihood because the elder had accompanied the young prince as a carrion servant. We already see Rykard bring his Albinauric attendants with him from Korea Manor after joining the Erdtree royal family.
Korea
For
Manor!
his younger brother. In the time before he was a general with his own army, Radon had probably taken an entire retinue to Redmane Castle, consisting mostly of household staff previously familiar to him, Gaius among them. There, the carrion staff would provide the man safety and comfort as he trained in the last pilgrimage site of his idol. But in this era of peacetime, there apparently wasn't all that much for a servant to busy himself with. Old Gaius, a still younger man, therefore had the time to learn new sorcery in the neighboring town. The Albinauric met the same alabaster lord who would teach Radon the arts of gravity, making them both sibling disciples. Specifically, the servant was the teacher's first sorcery apprentice, the term Anadeshi, making him the older brother to the prince in this regard. Why was he so curious to learn how to manipulate gravity? Perhaps so that it could give him legs. The sword lance's description claims that Gaius was always riding a boar, but from what point? It would be odd for the carrions to supply the one male with a steed, especially when it wasn't a wolf from the mountaintops. We also never see a boar large enough to be anyone's mount in the wild. Where did Gaius find this anomaly? Caelid, most likely. Recall that the land holds no shortage of native life suffering gigantism. If local dogs and crows can far outsize man, why not pigs? Boars are present in every other grassy area. Their current absence from Caelid can be blamed on the desolation from the scarlet rot, which no undomesticated herbivore has survived. That makes it the perfect source for Gaius' other half.
There we go.
Indeed, taking clear inspiration from his female counterparts, Gaius learned to ride the boar as a replacement for his legs. However, that requires him
Remember
first
taking
capturing
shots
the
of
wild
the
animal.
yeah, I
On his
know.
own, the feeble carrion
I
servant would
gotcha
never have the
there.
chance. But with the aid of gravity magic, suppressing his boar was feasible. This begs the question of why he wanted a boar specifically. Surely, he could have acquired a horse or wolf for less hassle. But given Gaius' capabilities with a lance and armor, the boar may have been a deliberate choice. The creature with its large tusks is evocative of Radon's helmets. While not exactly lion fangs, Gaius might have wanted to emulate the image of his powerful master, inspired like so many after him to match the red lion's strength and courage. If he had any hope of developing his combat skills outside sorcery, the aging Albinauric needed mobility, taming the boar supplied the means. And thanks to his teacher, Gaius reeled in a lifelong companion. Gaius was an older brother to not just Radon but also Gia. The name Gaia is an obvious parallel to Gaius, and thereby implicitly his female counterpart. But we don't meet any obvious women, Albinauric or otherwise, who practice gravity arts, least of all unnamed. Who is this mysterious character? Gaius is the name of famous Romans like Julius Caesar, appropriate for someone connected to Radon. The armor of both him and his personal guard incorporate Roman elements. Meanwhile, Gaia means the earth in reference to a Greek goddess embodying the land. In that case, perhaps this Gia is closer to nature. This brings his formerly wild boar to mind. As his legs, the mod must have been present during his training and no doubt cooperates in arts which send them both flying, body producing the same purple electricity. Female boars also do have tusks, though typically smaller compared to the males. We can thus conclude that Gia was the name Gaius gave to his other half, both mastering gravity together from that point onward. His learning was her learning. On that note, Gaius was presumably responsible for introducing Radon to his teacher. The Albinauric servant was undoubtedly aware of the prince's close relationship with his own mount, Leonard, and thereby his troubles with continuing to ride the horse as he kept growing. If the Alabaster Lord could help Gaius with his beloved steed, why not the same for his master? In fact, this was probably the Albinauric's plan from the start. With nothing else to offer, the meager servant had only his connections to the prince to convince the Lord to teach him first a prid pro quo for a prid pro quo. Once he attained Gia, old Gaius had obtained both his legs and proof of gravity's potential to his master. Radon leapt at this opportunity to stay with Leonard, leading him to become Gaius' younger brother as they both studied under the Alabaster Lord. Along the way, Radon also educated Gaius on how to become strong, whether formally or merely through example. Without a doubt, both got up close and personal with each other. Although not necessarily a friendly competition born of rivalry as the localization claims, the two did devote themselves to study, each mastering arts like blades of stone or spinning gravity thrust alongside one another.
Yeah, I think
In other words, such diligent studies were a collaborative effort, with the possibility of using each other for live target practice. But from casual bouts or separate training, the aging Albinauric did build up his body. Of the heavy thrusting swords, Gaius' weapon requires the most strength and least dexterity of them all. The only reason that it is a sword lance is because of Gia, solely mounted to bat all but demanding each charge with some sort of javelin.
Cool.
Otherwise, he matches Radon following his Star Scourge legend, allowing gravity to supplement for lack of finesse. Put simply, the sibling disciples supported each other in all respects. Kind Radon wasn't going to stop his honorary older brother from holding his own with a blade when he and the boar were hurling themselves at targets. This made Gaius and Gia an impressive team and a valued part of the later general's army. Both warrior and steed wear black iron armor with red cloth like Redmane Knights, the boar's caparison in particular featuring the same lion and tree designs as Radon's cloak. Already that demonstrates their place in the prince's inner circle, which is only furthered by the Albinauric's armor being made to resemble a fallen seed.
Yeah, I get what
specifically,
you mean,
a pine cone
Xavier.
beginning to sprout. Even if he wasn't
I
born
would
by the grace of the
agree with
Erdtree,
you,
the Star
too.
Scourge still considered his senior and estranged son of gold, an offshoot setting new roots under its umbrella. This makes the gravity crest emblazoned on Gia's head armor take on a new meaning for Radon. Gaius was that seed which allowed the Star Scourge to flourish, and he would always be grateful. Yet despite commissioning such unique armor to honor his classmate, the army man doesn't appear to have bestowed the Silver Warrior with actual knighthood. Being an Albinauric, Gaius had no proper place in Lingdal or Korea under the Golden Order. That is presumably why it was not him but Olga who first joined the Redmane Knights. Neither was he afforded with the respect of a knight. When the armor was commissioned, the maker included leggings as a means to ridicule the legless silver spawn, especially shameless given that the smith simultaneously crafted an armor brace to help keep him secure on Gia's back to compensate. Even if never openly hostile, the boar rider felt malice from Radon's own men for his silver blood, likely in part because he was receiving so much attention. Gaius was always there as Radon's faithful servant, but the warrior wouldn't be recognized as more despite the new general's assured inclination to do so. They may be brothers in arms and in sorcery, but not even the prince could so blatantly disregard a core pillar of Erdtree religion. Old Gaius was forever going to be impurity in the eyes of others. Perhaps that is why the warrior ended up putting his talents to use in the realm of shadow. Exploring the Hidden Land, we can come across not just Gaius but a number of Radon's warriors. The base red bear denning in the northern Nameless Mausoleum is a former red-maned soldier, as evidenced by the model lion fangs on his helm's face guard. There is also one of Radon's royal guard knights camping out in a northern corner of Gravesite Plains. It is clear that at least a small number of the general's forces had entered the realm long before us. The reason is easy enough to surmise. As one of the highest-ranking military officers, Radon might have been made privy of the secret war ongoing in another dimension.
His
If
source
so,
actually
then this alone would have piqued the Starscorch's
Yeah,
curiosity.
I do notice that on some
A
of
lost
them.
land he never knew existed, hidden by his stepmother along with part of Godfrey's history? It was enough to send an inspection team to survey the conflict, provide the army any needed support, and report back on their discoveries about the place in general. And who to be the messenger but trusted Gaius? He proved himself as a go-between and could finally test his mettle. In all likelihood, that is what brought Gaius to have an audience with Mesmer, where he told the commander of the crusade all about not just this inspection but all the goings-on outside. It is understandable why the secluded demigod was so invested in an old man talking his ear off. He had a younger brother from the House of Caria? After hearing that, he must know more. For perhaps the first time since starting the crusade, Mesmer was learning about what had transpired in the lands between in his absence. Gaius was just as happy to talk about their mutual little brother, and since the Albinoric was similarly considered cursed for being born, the two ended up bonding over much deeper matters. Through these meetings, Gaius found a dear friend in Mesmer. The Impaler was so touched by Gaius' talks that he made him a commander. In this land, his word was law, and there was no glory for any of them. Isolated from history, Mesmer would give the poor Albinoric the chance to prove himself just as his mother had provided the demigod before then. Of course, the cursed prince still needed to play politics. When we enter Gaius' boss room, we find it filled with the arms and armor of banished knights, exile soldiers, arena duelists, and more under Mesmer's signpoles. A commander requires an army, and the circumstances suggest that this was the Sorcerer Lancer's army. Since his regular forces were no keener to follow the orders of an Albinoric, Mesmer placed Radon's knight in everything but name in charge of the fellow misfits drafted into service, creating a new unit of slave troops to command. These janissaries might have been regarded as a lower caste by the main army, but Gaius was still supplied the opportunity to showcase his skills at the lead of a whole battalion, just like his former master. He definitely has some battlefield experience since he is specifically referenced as a veteran commander like Neil and O'Neill. By all indications, he was happy to receive even this much acknowledgement for all his efforts. In fact, Radon might have always intended his servant to retire as this warrior free to seek fame and anonymity. Behind Shadowkeep, just past Gaius' boss room, lies the Albinoric shack, a lone archer circling in front of the burned building on Wolfback. Add in the sharp-shot talisman depicting one such female Albinoric left in the ruins.
I think
it is
that's
easy to see
enough
that the woman
shots
joined
of
Gaius in his
just
mission to the realm of shadow and continued to live humbly under Mesmer's patronage. Was she his specific inspiration for getting a mount? Was becoming strong like Radon all an attempt to woo her, being unrivaled in dexterity? Whatever their relationship, it is obvious that old
I
Gaius
think
and
it's
his beautiful
enough.
female companion were happily cohabitating behind the Impaler's castle. It may have been small, but the servant finally had an idyllic life, coming home to a smile after a grueling day on the training ground or the battlefield. This was all he
It's
could
just
have
hard
asked
to see
for,
with
and
the
Radon
red
seemed to allow
lightning.
it.
Red
This was the kind
lightning.
younger brother's
Like, it's
reward.
very obvious once you
Indeed, Radon appears to have not been too concerned with seeing the whole inspection team again.
Black Void.
The
Yeah,
one royal
for
guard knight
sure.
stayed until
I
perishing
think
out in the field.
Zlowski
The
does
savage lion
such
squad
good
derived from the
work
camper's
with the
ashes confirming the
models.
deceased's identity. Red Bear similarly forgot his name, lost to the madness of bear communion. As a red lion, the surveyor evidently decided to measure himself against an actual wild animal, specifically the red bears. And after killing his first in a brutal life-or-death battle, the bloodied warrior became so enthralled with their naked power that he wants to become a bear.
1 second.
To that end, he has stripped down to simple iron-riveted armor to cover himself in bear skin. Even his new helmet, bearing the last remnants of his red mane past, has since been replaced with a pelt. Such devotion has rewarded the man a red bear's roar, but at the cost of becoming a thoughtless berserker. Others in the inspection team may have returned with a report, but clearly, they were all free to linger at their leisure. The general was thus probably satisfied if Gaius found happiness in shadow. Still, there is always trouble in paradise. With tensions rising throughout the Crusaders' ranks after the Elden Ring was shattered, unrest probably also began visiting the Albinorix unit. The criminals and pagans were sure to notice weakness in their Erdtree overlord's morale and begin to talk. Soon enough, they had likely all united in a desire to overthrow Mesmer during this golden opportunity. Naturally, Commander Gaius stood against them in this, valuing his friendship over any sympathy for those misfits' plight. The mob's response? Apparently to burn down his home, though his darling lady friend escaped unharmed. As we can see, Gaius did not take kindly to the insubordination and snuffed out this insurrection before it could truly flare up, at which point we arrive and force him to contend with an intruder. That perfect life was short-lived. But for Albinoric, cursed for being born, Gaius had made the most of it.
Alright, so listening to it again, it sounds pretty good. I don't think I'm missing anything crazy. I don't think I'm missing anything crazy when it comes to that, so that's cool. Yeah. I don't know why those particles disappeared there, but I'll take it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to ask for in the document until I see the reference photos. I think my only complaint so far with what I'm getting here is that we have to work around those stupid fog walls so they don't distract from the shot. Yeah, I get what you mean. If you see something visually, you might want to add it. I tried to be careful when looking at the all the attacks on Gaia specifically, right? Because I really wanted to be sure, like, what do we got here, right? And I was open to other possibilities for Gaia, but then I saw how, one, when you enter Phase 2, it's not just Gaius, but the boar also starts you know, crackling with like little purple sparks, right? So both of them have that for the entirety of their second phase. And then you see stuff like, while that's happening, the boar is like slamming its head down, and with each slam, there's this like shockwave or boom thing that goes on where it just crackles with the purple lightning and stuff. It's like, oh, so it is using gravity magic. And then, obviously, you have stuff like, of course, the fact that it has to help Gaius as they both, you know, fly around, you know, through the air, spinning like a top. Like, whatever Gaius does, Gaia has to be, like, you know, integral in coordinating for that. And it just becomes, with all that together, it's like, okay, yeah. Is the boar gonna be like this, you know, master genius gravity sorcerer like Radahn or Gaius? No. But could you consider it a disciple? Sure. You could always consider it be like, oh, you know, like, it's a disciple just like Radahn was. Because it is learning whatever, you know, it's learning alongside Gaius on how to use gravity. Yeah, I think Gaius the boar's the best to close off. Yeah, it's the only one there. The only other possibility is that Miyazaki, knowing that Night Rain was coming out in a year, decided he was going to tease a character that's gonna appear in that game early without any additional context. Because otherwise, there's literally no other candidate. Like, it's literally just, if it's not the boar, then who the frick is it supposed to be? I just can't see it. Maybe this angle will be better. Pigs are also pretty smart, so I can imagine it could be using gravity since it tends to have the lowest int requirement of spells. I mean, for me, it's not so much the int requirements and stuff, because we don't see, like, the boar's not, you know, conjuring any magic crests or anything, right? Like, it's just kind of using it potentially intuitively, right? Just kind of be, like, you know, maybe piggybacking off the power that Gaius is, like, you know, got? Or absorbing, or, you know, giving off, I don't know. But it just seems very obvious that it's not just, you know, it's not just along for the ride, it's contributing. Not the boar being the most important. Oh, wait, whoops, I forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I love it when they do this in their videos, too, but when the content creators be like, ah, yes, I'm going to showcase these characters as they move. Right? They have, like, their dramatic narration as they go in slow-mo. I do love that. Alright. Oh. Oh! Damn, I think that was too early. Or too late, I should say. Yeah. Let's slow that down. These stupid fog! Oh! These fog walls really do be... They really do be like that. Alright. He actually has two animations for Blood Blue, one of throwing it laterally and one for throwing it at you. I mean, I don't care about the specifics there as long as like we get like just, you know, this is for a hypothetical Mohg and Mohgwyn dynasty analysis where we would essentially want to have all like the basics of his spells to show for reference and anything we could possibly glean from the details of those spells, right? Like, that's the point of all this, so... Oh. We also want him to have more light on him, so let's get him angled this way. Less fog wall problems, too. There we go. Look, who's your favorite Trails Gator and favorite game in the series? Oh, God, that's so hard. Like, Estelle is Bestel, but she's like she and Joshua come as a pair. Like, I think I have to do so. I also like Ren a lot. I like Eusis. Who else would I say I really, really love? Weissman. Weissman is just like a bad guy, especially in contrast to some of the other characters in the series. Tio's fun. Like, I have to really, like, sit down and think of it, because there's also all those minor NPCs and stuff. Like, you got Anton and Ricky, right? Like, those are another fun pair. He's one of my favorite bosses, period. Oh, Moog? Or are we talking about, Weissman? I don't... Oh, no, it's Xavier asking, so yeah, it has to be Moog. Okay. Sorry, Xavier, got you mixed up again. I have a love-hate relationship with Moog. When I do really good in his fight, it's pure ecstasy. When I consistently get bad RNG linked to Hemorrhage, I think he's the worst boss ever. Picture moments before this. I can see that. I can see the blood being a divisive aspect to him. Because nothing feels worse than dying to a status effect when you have a ticking, like you have a ticking meter you can't really control on you. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Now. Nah, I think it's too. I think normal's just fine. Because every other angle, I think, is just... Yeah, I think it's just too much. Yeah, I think that's ugly. But yeah, I like the area, denial of his flame, and the reduction of health blast with his face. Again, I do like the creativity to this boss. I will say that. The Formless Mother fascinates me so much. I actually stay up after playing ER thinking about her sometimes, like what she could be. I hope Martin releases notes one day. That's up to me. That's up to Miyazaki, I think. Miyazaki's the one who's talked about whether or not he you know, and him struggling with his better nature about releasing Martin stuff, because apparently the writings are just so good, you know? That's just Miyazaki being a fanboy. In my opinion, I think what I find most interesting about Moog in light of the DLC is that his radically different appearance can be faulted on him being a blood fiend. We can now say that, like, with all the stuff with the teeth and everything, that it's just a matter of the fact that he's some really, really, like, the different types of toes and all that stuff. That his just demonic appearance is just faulted on Formless Mother, you know, transforming him. So, like, he's Omen still, but, like, you know, he's got that sort of, you know, he's got that sort of, demonic appearance now. I think that's probably going to be the best explanation for that. I want to get another one without the lights. Oh, no, he's doing it again. Oh, God. Yeah, you do have to get closer to him if you want the Blood Rain spell, I think. Well, whatever spell he's gonna do. We're gonna try to force it. Ah, damn, I hate that clipping on his cloak right there. God, these particles. Yeah. Oh! This looks pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think this looks pretty damn cool as a shot. Looks very regal. He's cool but not good looking. The best kind. Let no one say I didn't get some good shots for him. I guess this'll do. I imagine Moog probably being somewhat handsome by Omen standards before his Blood Fiend looking like his father, I think, beforehand in my headcanon. You know, I think considering how, you know, relatively handsome, I guess, Morgott turned out, I can see it. Like, let's be honest. Morgott's got that princely look compared to other Omen. Ow! Oh! Damn. Like how storms are impacting the opposite eye Morgott has. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's true. What is that monstrous sound? It's cool how he does have that separate animation, though. It does make it look more natural as an attack. Also, did you look at that alleged leg injury from Morgott? I still can't find anything on it beyond what I was told. I have not noticed it, but I have not looked that closely either, so... There we go. Yeah, too early.
Is mine and mine alone.
Sure, whatever you say, buddy. Sure. There we go. I wish the Blood Moon incantation had a charge for the vertical version. You know, that would be cool. Oh.
Is mine and
Well,
mine alone.
that killed me faster than I thought. At what point does he hit phase 2, by the way? We actually don't need to use ×5 speed at all in this fight. Surprisingly. Alright. Oh, whoops. Left that on. Turn that off. There we go. Because of the stake, thankfully, so... That damage! Woo! He's raining! He's making it rain! Honestly, I think I'm more worried about his swings. Oh. I don't like it. You missed the sigil. Yeah, I did. So he just does it as you do damage to him, huh? Do you think Mo could beat Malenia in a fight? I feel like with his flames and blood, he's the best chance of the other demigods of beating her styles-wise. I don't know, like, strength, you know, Q&A. I think... I don't like getting into questions about power levels and stuff, because ultimately, it's gonna always be whatever the writers say. It doesn't matter if you could say that, oh, Superman is this. If the writers say, ah, no, but, you know, he got bodied by, you know, the Flash, because, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're gonna come up with some reason or excuse to justify whatever it is they're planning on doing, right? So I don't like getting into those types of fights. It's just not my cup of tea. I think, though, if you consider, like, all the various powers that the demigods have, I think the way that Miyazaki and Martin and whoever would think about it, they would say that Radon and Malenia are unmatched, and that before Mo could get anything really substantial off, Malenia would just waterfowl dance him to death. That's what I think what would have, you know, realistically happened if they were to fight. So I think that's just what the games have established. It's just like, you know, Malenia and Radon are basically the best. You could argue Morgott is the secret, you know, like, third option there, right? But that really, when it comes down to it, there's going to be, you know, so many other factors at play. You never can really know. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking a lot of these shots we got. I think Radon only lost to Morgott because he didn't expect the Holy Giant Crusher out of nowhere. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Morgott getting the jump on him is the big thing, right? I think if you don't take the surprise factor of Margit out of the equation, right? I think that Morgott and Radon would have won that fight handily. I think, again, and this is why I say, like, it doesn't matter what power levels characters have, because there's always other factors that can always be used to justify why something happened. Whether or not, you know, it's realistic within the setting. Right. Okay. I will say, though, for getting screenshots, the AoE denial might be a little obnoxious for us. Oh, of course he does the horizontal. Oh, damn. Damn. I screwed that one up. I thought I edged out the blood. I did not. I should have kept going left. I like to think Morgott's just older and beat the stronger but less wise Radon out of experience and wisdom. Based on what we know, I don't know if that's the case, so. Alright, so for this one we're gonna turn on Always Stealth again. Just so that way we can get some hits in. So we could just kind of get to, like, the quote-unquote Phase 2 crap. Mikola, Mikola, why won't you come back to me, Mikola? Ugh. I can work with this. There we go. Honestly, these posts would be really good if he was facing Mikola. I'm fine with it when he's facing away Mikola, because it's like, you know, he comes out of the pools or whatever, and he's like, oh, I can't find him, I can't find him, where is he, right? Like, I can see myself using this as a filler image. Just goes back to place. Alright, that seems like enough. That seems like that should be enough, right? Alright. Turn off always stealth. Alright, and here we go. Got you this time, huh, biatch? Wait. That's actually how it's supposed to look. Cool. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay, so there's a filter there. Honestly, fog walls look almost invisible in this case, so I'm actually okay with keeping them here. Something like this, right? I wonder if the darkness swirling around is important. It could be. I could see it.
Nicola is mine and mine alone.
There we go. Alright. Formless mother grew out his wing nubbins. Also, aren't there similar, like, little shoulder bumps in the Blood Fiends? Or am I misremembering that? I thought those were just, like, you know, sharp, big shoulder blades, but now I have to wonder. I have to wonder. Do you have any theories on the Formless Mother I could read, or just tell me what you know so far? Nope. I have not focused too much on the Outer Gods. Like I say, I am a neophyte. I'm still trying to just work out the basic facts of the history. This game is just so big, and there's so many factors, and there's so many little stories and everything to tell or whatever. To really get a full picture it ain't easy. Okay. So, I think that's all the shots I really want to get of Mohg, right? I think we can kill him now, right? I know they have a bony spine. Yeah, I could have swore they also had shoulder blades. Pretty sure that's all the notable stuff that Mohg can do. He has some flying attacks in the second phase. Ah, but that means I have to survive the second phase. That's gonna be rough. Do I have the item to survive? Oh god. In terms of magic, I think that should be it. Yeah, I can see myself wanting to get some shots of him actually using his wings. Shackle only works in the first phase? Gotcha. So I just have to basically out-heal the Nihil, huh? Okay. Okay. Alright, in that case, let's try to force it. Let's force it. Yep, unless you want to use the crystal tier. I could. Do I even have the crystal tier is the question. I could have swore there's one here. It's not here. Under key items, maybe? Oh, yeah, it's under key items. Converts damage received to HP. That might be it. Did you kill Yura's girlfriend? Not that I remember. I think I forced Yura's quest, though, early already, so... Alright. Actually, you know, we'll worry about the thing after, because I want to be able to keep my, I want to be able to keep track of my HP for this. Ex-girlfriend, I think she dumped in her blood magic. Anything, you hate it when your girlfriend does that. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that! Very obvious blue feathers, too. It's not just the horns. Look at those feathers. Wow. Should probably ask someone to pull a texture for the curse sigil that surrounds the player. Yeah, maybe. I think I might already have that. You know, listening to the second phase music, I can see why people really like this theme. I can definitely see it. It definitely has a certain heroic quality to it. It definitely sounds more unique than some of the other tracks, so... Would say sip my cup of tea, though, still. Ace it being blue? No, I was just curious. I was expecting something maybe a little closer to black, you know, maybe they would have gone for like a charcoal gray exactly, right? So it's not pitch black, but no, they went with a very clearly blue look to it. I just find that interesting. Not sure if I'm very happy with that pose. That's not very cinematic in my opinion. Oh. Honestly, you crop this thing so it's like really thin. You can have this be someone's Twitter banner. It's really cool looking, you know? Right, like there's very much your top things, Loki. I don't know which one I would pick. I have to think about them. There are a lot of games. All right, so we got a few wing attacks in there. Do I want to get one more though? I don't know. Yeah, you keep on coming, buddy. Oh, damn. Ah! Oh, damn. That comes out fast, though. Holy hell. Compared to his other attacks? There's a delay on that? That one's like, no delay here. I like Metter, Renala's for being different, but I probably listen to Mogs and Morgoth's the most. I'll be honest, I'm not enthused with the Elden Ring OST overall, so if we limit it to just Elden Ring, I'd have a really hard time picking. Again, I've had a problem with a lot of Soulsborne OST since you know, after Bloodborne. There are really not a lot of tracks where I would be like, oh, I like that. They all start sounding the same. Which is a shame, because I really love classical music. I just wish we would have more Ancestral Spirit King type OSTs, you know? Less choirs. Less big booming noises. Just something to give variety. One time I want me is I can work on a project where the word epic is banned from the discussion. Oh, damn. Alright. That's how you're gonna do it. Oh. Oh, damn, too early. Yeah, then that comes out so fast. The only thing I can think of is he has a really cool move after the charge with the spear where he spins the trident in his hand, recreating the spin of the channeler's trident. I mean, yeah, I'm not too crazy about grabbing that. I would really consider that one necessary. Ah, damn. Too early still. Ah, damn. Too early. Should not have done the jump then. Ate my frickin' flask! Oh my god. Let me recover! Oh no! Oh. Oh my god, let me recover from my flask! It's... ah! The flash recovery felt so slow there. It was like, let me freaking jump! Whose theme would you change? All of them. All of them except Ancestral Spirit Kings. And maybe the Radigan theme, because, you know, it's the classic, you know, main menu themes are always good in these games. They always capture the exact tone they want to go for. The problem with Elden Ring is that it's the exact same tone that they've been trying to do for a lot of the boss themes for Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and stuff like that, right? It's just like, Ugh. Really? It didn't let me jump. What? Okay. Am I doing this wrong? I thought R2 was the... Wait. Yeah, it's not L2. Oh no, L1 is still for both of them together. Gotcha. Ah, named too early. It's either too early or too late with him. Yeah. How would you change Godfrey's? I feel like it's perfect for again, I just don't like the OST, Tyrone. Like, that's just I would just change up the OST, period. It's not that I think it's wrong, per se, for what they're going for. It's just, I just don't like it. I think I'm hearing too much of the same stuff from Software's sound library. I like Mikla's and Leda and Allies fights. I'll be honest, I don't even remember them. They did not register, that's for sure. Okay. Alright, now I might be able to get the jump attacks like I should be. There we go. There we go! Me actually not playing like a Seth King. Oh my god, really? That hit you? And then I got punished for that. Ah, damn. I thought I could maybe jump around it, but no. It's thin, but not that thin. Oh! Oh, you have a third one after that. Good to know. Oh my god! The recovery on that. That was close. Oh. Woo. Alright, here we go. And he heals from that. Yikes. Oh! Oh my god. It committed me to attack instead of the dodge roll. I must have pressed it too lightly. Alright. Woo! Hello? Woo! There we go. Ah, damn. Ugh. If I use the flask, I'd probably be able to do this fight easier. But I'm too lazy to go back to my grace point right now. Ba -ba 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 -ba. Oh! Oh, his actual, like, feet have a hitbox. Okay. Oh my god. Yep. That foot thing really threw me off. I'm like, okay, avoid the trident. No, just avoid everything. Alrighty. Next. Attempt 2. I actually don't even remember what my flask, I don't even have a flask. Yeah, I don't have the flask even equipped. I haven't used it at all with this character.
No? There we go. I was about to be like, you better not deny me that. Ow! I hate how that thing does hit you. That does not look like an attack. Oh my god, really? Oh, that's disgusting. I'll be honest, I think the only thing I don't like about this fight is how much damage the Trident does. It's just kind of, It feels a little overkill for me. Ah, damn. Did it too early again. I just don't want to get the poke down. Getting caught in a nasty cycle. Oh my god, really? Blah. Da 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 da. Are we a physical dragon top? I'm not wearing any. I'm not wearing anything right now. I don't really care too much about that stuff, so let's see. I have Flame Drake here too. Let's be honest, the real thing I should be doing is wearing armor. The only reason I'm not is because I really like being able to just do the fast roll right now. I really should be wearing, though, at least cloth armor for defense mitigation. But when you compare, like, all his other fire attacks and stuff, and then you compare that, I'm just like, eh. Oh my god, really? Come on! I will say, he also has a little too many follow-ups for everything. Oh. Ah, damn. Damn. I gave myself to attack thinking he just needed a little bit more, but I was like, no, that was a bad call. Oh my god, nothing can be fast enough or slow enough for you. Yeah, and then you do that because of the speed. Oh my god. Oh my god, the recovery on the ah! I think blast recovery is my least favorite part, though. It's just like, you've done chugging it, just dodge, you dumbass. All right. Hello? Ah, dang, too early, huh? How you doing? Wait, but now the feet did. Oh. Oh my god. Ugh. Just kill me. I didn't want to live. That was just gross. Ugh. The funny is, a lot of heavy weapons move you under his attack. Oh, I'm sure. They're not even that particularly fast. It's just the delays are a little bit kind of obnoxious. Because he has the really quick one, which basically begs you have to dodge. But then he has the slower one, which begs you that you have to wait quite a bit to dodge. And it's like, ugh. There we go. Oh, but you have the third, and then you have the third one. Oh my god. It's just like, let me attack. Ugh. There we go. Also, please, please, in the future, let's not make the stack a merit. This is the thing I hate most about the Elden Ring change with the stakes, is you having to select the option. Just make it automatic. Just let me set it where I'm like, do I want to go to the stakes? Yes. I don't like having to, like, you know, I'm dead. I'm trying to think over what I'm going to do next time. Please do not distract me with the, oh, do you want to do this or that? It's like, no. The answer is obviously I want to do the retry. Oh my god, really? Really? That pisses me off. Ah. There we go. Oh my god, really? Ugh. Oh my god. There we go, finally. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. The stairs screwed me over there. Yeah, and then he was... Oh, my... That damage just... Ugh! Gross. Da, 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 da. That was a bit weird. He wasn't doing anything for a bit there. I was like, huh? Ah, damn. I was just... I put myself too close. I didn't want to get hit, but I put myself just out of range. That sucks. Damn. And now I don't have my break. Fuck. I screwed myself there. Yeah. I screwed myself. That's disappointing. Ah, damn, that doesn't get me under there, though. Woo! Oh, and it does an explosion afterwards. Yeah, because that's... That sounds right, for sure. Damn. Yeah. Little bit. Ugh. Didn't get me under it there. Oh my god. Well, can't believe that worked. Yeah, damn. I'm just not getting his stamina down fast enough because of all the bullshit. Yeah, oh my god. God damn. Ah, damn, too early still. Damn, I even did the double roll just to make sure. Okay, a little bit further than I thought, but fair enough. Damn. There we go. Woo! Woo! Yeah, bleeding. Yep. That bleed, I was like, okay, I'm dead. Yeah. There we go. I really should, in order to just save myself healing, use the flask. I really should. I'm making this fight unnecessarily hard on myself. What I really should do is just kill him and not care about, you know, actually doing the challenge. This is a freaking joke character, but alas, here I am. I really should be doing this on my, my Confessor character. Oh my. Couldn't see you, buddy. There we go. Wow, that's actually... I'm actually a little shocked by that one. Dude. Ah, damn, of course. Wait, he heals even when I'm dead? What? How does that work? I thought... What? How does that make sense? Okay, whatever you say. Okay, Moke. Just heal off my corpse. I guess it still got some fresh blood for you. Moke. Oh. Woo! Oh, come on! Oh my god! Such a series of bullshit. Ah! Oh my god, really? I got hit by that. Honestly, just kill me. That really pissed me off. Is like literally the series of freaking poise breaks into that, like, gross. All right, come on. Ah, damn. Damn. Really? Ah, I did too early. Also wasting things. I only need 2 flasks, really, if I have full HP. Oh my god, the damage is just so... Yeah, yeah, I see why I screwed up there. If I can survive it, I should just ignore the first one. I think what Elden Ring fails at is establishing a balance between bosses and the player. What do you mean by a balance between bosses and the player? Just out of curiosity. Like, I need that to be better defined for me. So I'm not sure what exactly you mean by that. When they just fail attack. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think there's too many follow-ups with Moog. It's a little obnoxious, right? Especially when, again, he has all that crowd control and stuff, so you have to worry about where your positioning is, what you're doing, what your status effect is, and then he's doing all these big, heavy attacks that have, like, a million follow-ups, right? And he can do it in any combo or order, right? I agree there. Oh, come on. Oh. Thank you. You didn't cuck me out of that one. Oh, come on! I was gonna dodge! So close! Yeah, the phase 2 is no problem. It's just getting then the damage in with phase 3 when it's all the other bullshit on top of it. There we go. Hello? Come on? Dude, why are you just corner camping? Like, get over in the middle of the arena, asshole. Of course. Of course. Yeah, I should have known with the rain. I should not have done that second attack. There we go. Oh. Come on. Of course, he does that one. Oh, come on! Does the thing. Ah, damn, I still got hit by the tip. Just never get the break when I want it. Refill just in case. Oh my... I can't even see you! What the fuck? a good design! People bitch about Logarius. What was that shit? I can't even see what's happening on my screen. There's so much bullshit going on. Ah! Woo! Oh my, yeah, there's, yeah. Yeah, okay. We're getting close to where I have to end things here, guys, so we're just gonna kill him. I'll try this on my Confessor sometime, but I'm just gonna say, a little too much on the follow-up shit, but otherwise, he seems like an okay fight. If I was actually, you know, trying with using proper armor and flasks, I probably could beat him. Night Rain's final boss will be the camera. It's always the camera. But overall, he's an okay boss. He's not the worst, not the best. Alright, let's get this over with. Alright, so next time we're gonna have to go through... Also, I will not be trying with all the Shadow Tree bosses, besides the fact that getting all the fragments is such a pain in the ass and all that stuff. I just want to be able for us to get to rush over to Gaia, so... I'm just, you know... Maybe one day my Confessor will get to there. Maybe one day. Actually, since... Oh, I still have this one attached to and everything. Alright, get back in position. Good. There we go. Alright, there we go.
As clear as day. The coming of our dynasty.
Woo!
Morg will
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Holy fucking, they give you 500k for that bullshit? At least you could say it's definitely worthwhile. Sure. Alright. Beautiful. I forget, was the trailer like this? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember, the egg being that close. She stood somewhere else. Yeah, I thought it was farther back or something. I will say, I think I like Letta's design out of all the NPCs. Like, her armor with the white cloak, it just looks really cool. You know? Wait. Let me reset, because now I'm like, wait a second. Were those tombstones destroyed before? Yeah, they were. Okay. There we go. White cloaks and full plate are both cool as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I will say, if I had to think about, like, NPCs, like, not bosses or anything, but just general NPCs, I think Letta would be my favorite. I think she really won me over with the, I think I just might be crazy. Like, when she just said that, that line was just so perfect for me. Like, with everything else about her, I'm like, you know what? I like you. I like you. Alright, everything with the needles. Alright, I think I've gotten every angle I could with this girl.
I'm Leda. And like you, touch the withered arm. To the realm of shadow where my compatriots are like us. They have if you can find them.
Anything else you gotta say?
Come now. I will not.
Wait.
Come, I will not.
Uh-huh. I assume the idea of her staying behind is because she's collecting Mohg's corpse. Otherwise, I don't know who the hell is bringing the corpse into the realm of shadow. But hey, what do I know? Touch the withered arm, yeah. Look, a church. I just came back from a job interview. What happened? Oh, I hope it went well, Xavier. Congrats. What happened? What happened is we're hitting the time where I'm gonna end the stream, so I was like, okay, I guess we'll just do this on the Confessor then, and we just killed Mohg and moved on. Okay, good. It's right here. Mohg was being completely legit. He was, in fact, I did in fact hit him until the HP hit 0. By the way, you can skip R'Lana to get to Shadowkeep. Would it take longer than me just killing R'Lana, is the question. Granted, I want to take screenshots of R'Lana and do probably of her even mid-fight, so maybe it would be faster. What would be the route, though, I would take for that? Let's just get the map here before I forget. Right, because R'Lana's the obvious route. I don't remember off the top of my head. Then I'll have to look it up. I can look it up. The goal is ultimately we get to Shadow Altus, and then from there, it's pretty simple. We just have to get through the Hippo, right? Actually, do we? Actually, no, we don't even need to get through the Hippo. We just need to get to Bonnie, go to Bonnie Village through the side, through the church area, right? So it should be actually possible for us to... Well, do I have to drain the water, though? Oh god, I don't remember. I guess finding the Hippo would be better than draining the water. If I had to pick. You can absolutely get to guys without killing R'Lana. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll look it up then, and we'll try going that way. Just hopefully it's not going to be like a tedious thing where I have to go like through Bellarat and then down here and then over here and then yada yada, you know. You have to drain. Oh. So either way, I'm gonna have to do stuff where I probably want to get screenshots of it. I think R'Lana's, you know what, R'Lana's the most straightforward. R'Lana and the Hippo are the most straightforward option, so I might go there. Maybe R'Lana I can avoid, and I'll save her for later. But definitely probably gonna take the Hippo. Because the Hippo's really easy to get shots for, right? Like, there's not a lot we would need to get for the Hippo. It's basically him in the corner there, with all the stuff around. Him, maybe running and stuff in the middle of the arena. And then him in phase 2 when he gets the giant thorn things. And then the rest we can get from the actual mini-bosses outside. Speaking though of Castle Ensigns, before we head out, chat, because again, like I said, I'm at my time. We're not gonna kill you guys because you also give me shots. This will be the we don't kill anything that doesn't respawn type of character. Save as much trouble as possible. Ballista bolts. Lost Ashes of War. Honestly, not as many bodies as you'd expect. Shadow Fragment, yeah. And Melina has nothing to say about any of this. Oh, there we go. So he is there, and he has a pose. Come on, come on. So yeah, we could totally get images like this. We don't have any of the armor or stuff. We just have the weapons stuck in other corpses and things, which is what makes me curious about whether or not Gaius's forces consist of these people who were formerly working under R'hllana, or what have you. Anyway, that'll be all for today. I got the Realm of Shadow, so we're gonna eventually get more shots of Gaius and stuff. I'm gonna try to work on getting the final draft, and then this week we get Gaius done, and then yay, we're done. It's finally there. Like, we're gonna have that post out, and then maybe I can also pump out before then the Great Jar stuff I want to do, because now with Freya I have a good excuse on why to include it for people. So yay! But yeah, thanks you guys for joining me on this wonderful misadventure. See y'all later. Bye-bye.